Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's devotion, our Advent story. And today we're going to talk about Zechariah's prayer. And Zechariah was one of God's priests, and he loved God very much. He and his wife Elizabeth were very old. They had no children, even though they had prayed and prayed that God would send one to them. And speaking of prayer, today this is our ornament, hands folded in prayer. But one day it was Zechariah's turn to burn incense in the temple, and suddenly the angel Gabriel appeared before him. Zechariah was terrified, but Gabriel said to him, "Zechariah, don't be afraid. God has heard your prayer. And you will have a son, and you will name him John." The angel also explained how John would be a special man who would help people get ready for Jesus. Now, Zechariah didn't believe the angel. He and Elizabeth were too old to have children. Then Gabriel says, "Because you don't believe the words I'm speaking, Zechariah, you will not be able to speak until that baby is born." And Zechariah had been in the temple a long time. And the people worshiping outside wondered what happened to him. Finally, he came out, but he couldn't talk. He just made signs with his hands trying to explain what happened, and then he went home. Of course, Gabriel's words came true, and Elizabeth gave birth to a son. About a week later, all their family and friends were gathered at the party. They were excited to hear what the baby boy's name would be. They thought maybe he would be named Zechariah like his father, but Zechariah remembered Gabriel's words and wrote down a message. His name is John. And instantly, Zechariah could speak again. He praised God and told all the people that soon the Savior would come into the world. So what do we learn about Zechariah and how God answered his prayer? Well, Zechariah learned that he could trust all of God's promises, including his promise to send a Savior. So as we hang our ornament on a tree, here's one of God's promises to you and me. God answers all our prayers and keeps all his promises, including the promise of the Savior, Jesus. And just remember, when you pray for something, it has to be according to God's will. But God always answers our prayers, just like our mom and dad's answers our questions. Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, and sometimes it's maybe later. It was not time for it. So just remember that. You can pray to God anytime, and you can ask him for things. But remember, sometimes he does say no. But more times he says yes. And then there are other times he says, you have to wait a little while. Thank you so much, guys. I am enjoying our time of telling stories with you from the Bible, and I hope that you are enjoying them too. Have a wonderful evening and a beautiful day tomorrow in God's love.